Hi. If you're shy and you're grown, you need to get over it. Literally, because it's stopping you from getting your bag. Being shy when you're in your 20s and older is not cute. A lot of people just think that you're being rude and you don't want to talk to them.
Whatever you need to do to get unshy, do it. Some people create an alter ego. People don't like to work too hard to break someone out of their shyness. That's not fun. It's like they just think you're boring, quiet, and weird. Get around people that aren't super shy and kind of learn from them and take like cues from them. Because if you're gonna stay shy, nobody wants to deal with that. They don't care. Like you're boring, on to the next, someone else is more exciting. The longer you stay super shy and in your shell, the more opportunities that you may not be able to, get as far as, people approaching you. I used to be shy, believe it or not, when I was younger. I was very shy when I was younger. I think I was shy because I didn't really have too much to say. But when I started having things to say, I became less shy. And you break out of your shell by being a little bit more talkative, but don't talk too much. I think people are afraid to allow people to know the real them, or afraid that people aren't going to like them, or whatever. But you know what? You will never know unless you start trying. You will never know if they like you or not. Okay? So, stop being so shy.
I found out that the synonyms of being a shy person was linked with insecurity, anxiousness, and sometimes that can happen because some people made you feel like being you wasn't okay. And that forms a whole bunch of insecurities. Being shy is not so much of a negative thing, because what I like about being shy is that a lot of us, we think before we act. We think before we say. We think before we do. It's a quality that a lot of people lack, and I feel like it's important to, reflect before you act, before you do anything. You can kind of take that into your in your advantage.
If you've been told that you're too shy or too quiet, then this is your reminder that you do not always have to force yourself to say something. I feel like this is something I have heard my entire life, is that I'm too shy, I'm too quiet, and for the longest time I would try to force myself to be more outgoing, to be more extroverted, and all this did was drain my energy, and it did not feel authentic to me. And I feel like recently I've just accepted the fact that I just keep to myself and I don't always need to say something. I don't need to fill the silence just to make other people more comfortable, especially when there are conversations that are happening that I don't want to partake in or I don't want to feed my energy into. So don't feel bad if you're the type of person who likes to keep to yourself, or you're a little bit more introverted, a little bit more shy. It's okay.
But as well as don't let that overpower who you. Am I liking my? Okay, you're not done yet, girl. And I feel like to get over your shyness, you need to just take risks in life. Get used to approaching people. If it's like complimenting them, if you have trouble doing that, get on social media, grab the camera. The people who are hating are people who probably have nothing else better to do, and they're going through some stuff internally. So you cannot just focus on the negative, try to focus on the positive. Yeah, get on social media, do a little something, 1, 2, 3. And so what if you get embarrassed? So what if someone says something negative? Keep on going. That is your time to keep on going, because you're doing something wrong if you're not being hated on.
For the haters, you know where you could kiss it, because you don't pay my bills. And I'm the baddest bitch.
Because I feel like being shy is a fear of being seen, because when you're seen, you become a target to people to judge you, want to attack you. So I feel like it's like a trauma response. And if I just remain small, no one's going to bother me. But that's not necessarily true, because a lot of times when I'm not doing anything, my camera kept on running out of storage. I'm done with my hair. But what I was trying to say is that it is a trauma response. It is a protection response to be shy, because you're like, okay, if I remain reserved, no one's gonna bother me. But honestly, it's not really true, because a lot of times you're just quiet in your corner and people want to irritate you, people want to bother you, because it's your light, it's your spirit, and I feel like it attracts demons anyways.
And bitches, don't hate. Get with the motherfucking program. Get like me. Don't be mad at me because I do what I do. I'm just the baddest bitch out here. I'm just the girl trying to make it in this big world. I just have a dream. Don't be mad at me because I'm the baddest.
The best advice that I can give to you is to just start expressing yourself, start being you freely, because there's a voice inside of you, there's something inside of you that wants you to be you, the you that you want to be. You know, like, how do you want to become a celebrity? How do you want to become a public figure? How do you want to become an influencer, but you're going to remain shy in your corner? Yes, shy is a good thing because, like I was saying, it allows you to, you know, think before you react, before you speak or whatever. But at the same time, it is hindering your growth because you are just afraid of being seen. Sometimes you're afraid of being wrong. It's okay to make mistakes. Probably were punished or mistreated because, you know, when you were wrong, when you failed something. I also read somewhere that apparently it depends on how you were raised as a child. So maybe your parent cuddled you a lot, which made you dependent on them. So when it's time to go out in the real world, you're not able to fend for yourself because it's like you always had that parent that would do that for you, protect you from the world. Maybe they meant no harm, but also what happened in the end is that you became a shy person. Or maybe it's because of, you know, childhood trauma, a lot of stuff happened in the background when you're growing up, and you know, this is your form of protection. You're older now. It's time to put matters into your own hands. If you have a feeling inside of you that you should be out here talking to people, expressing yourself, sharing your story, do it. Do it now, because that is your purpose. It's not for no reason that like you're feeling like, okay, like I'm shy, but I have something that I need to do. And in order for you to unlock that and actually make money off of being yourself, because you are not truly shy. Like you are not, I don't know how to explain how, I'm trying to find a way to put this into words, but like if you feel like you need to express yourself, you're not a shy person at the end of the day. You just have a blockage that you need to unlock. Like maybe you feel like it's because you're different. Like I know that I'm really different. The way that I talk, the way that I am. I know that like I'm neurodivergent. I know that. Like I can tell. Like I'm not like other people, like regular people.
And the most hated on person is bound to do the best because oftentimes they exist in juxtaposition of the environment they're in. So if you're being hated on a lot, that actually means a lot of people are spending their time, energy, and life force towards acknowledging yours, even if done in a negative manner. When you're hated on, it shows you at least have a baseline for this skill and you attract attention. The reason it may not be positive right now is because these people are in too close of proximity with you and therefore feel as though they can criticize you in a negative way and bring down your image. But if ever you get in front of new eyes, it's the high likelihood that they will be intrigued by what is now new to them. Their lack of proximity may allow them to be less critical of you, to really take in what it is you're doing. And when you're hated on, instead of spending your time hating on others as everyone around you is doing towards you, you're spending your time developing yourself, and before you know it, you're fine with being perceived even when it's not positive. You've honed in on a skill outside of just being a hater. Everybody else in your circle has not. And you also have gotten over the fear of being disliked that often holds people back because you've been targeted by so much hate in your own life.
A lot of people like you and I and me, whatever, it's like we do this out of protection, but it's not protecting us, because at the end of the day, when you're alone with yourself, you're not content with your life because you're not being the person that you're supposed to be. It hurts because you know that you had an opportunity to say something or to do something, but you didn't do it because you were afraid of the reactions of other people or what was going to happen. How can you truly be fulfilled with yourself if you don't allow yourself to express yourself? And a lot of people benefit off of the fact that you are shy.
Start to make subtle jabs at you that are disguised as being harmless jokes. And you will just notice them acting really weird towards you in general, and you will wonder what the heck is going on when everything once seemed to be going so well. But the bottom line is, they actually hate you. Or to be more accurate, they hate themselves, and they end up taking all of their pent-up hatred and resentment and insecurity that they feel towards themselves all out on you. These people are deeply unhappy and insecure, and they feel completely powerless to change anything about their reality, so they look outside of themselves for a solution to all of their problems.
What I like to do to help push myself to do stuff even if I'm afraid of doing it, because being shy is being afraid, is being anxious, is being uncertain, which means insecure. I think about the haters. I'm like, okay, well, if I don't do this, the haters are gonna be happy because I'm not expressing myself, I'm not being me, I'm not being true to myself, so it's hindering my opportunities. And I don't want to hinder my opportunities. I'm in a point where I have nothing to lose. If they're talking about me, it's because I'm relevant. That's how I see it. You're talking about me, I made a mistake, I'm relevant. I do something good, you're talking about me, I'm relevant. If they're talking about you, that makes you relevant.
Sometimes people don't like you because of how you carry yourself. Let me explain. If you carry yourself with too much respect or confidence, you are going to come across people that do not like that. And more specifically, they don't like that from you. Because if they think lowly of you, but you think highly of yourself, that's going to rub them the wrong way. How dare you think of yourself as a somebody when you should think of yourself as a nobody? And it doesn't matter how polite you are or how kind you are to other people, they are always going to dislike you because of that. But here's the thing, you are the most important person in your life. You may not be a celebrity or a billionaire, but you are somebody to yourself. So regardless of what other people think of you, carry yourself with dignity, respect, and confidence.
So if you're shy, do stuff that scare you every day. Show up for yourself. Love on yourself. Maybe you're shy because you don't like the way that you look, like the way that you sound. If that is the case, that means you got to do some work on yourself. So if it's your body, I don't know if it's your weight, how you can lose your weight. Try to find influencers that have that distinct look that you have and see how they embrace themselves, follow them, take their tips, and keep it moving. A lot of people are looking for people like you who they can relate to. So the fact that you are staying in your corner and you're not doing anything about it is not making it any better. You're meant to inspire. This is why you have that feeling, you have that knot in your heart, in your chest, that's saying to yourself, oh my God, like I need to get out of there. I need to put myself out there, but I'm shy. And I remember I used to say this a lot when I was younger. 12 or 13, I had this teacher that I would always talk to, and I would tell her like, oh, I want to be an actress, I want to be a celebrity, I want to be this, but I'm shy. And I think it was like me trying to tell her like, hey, like I want to do these things, but I need your validation. I need you to tell me how I can overcome this. And that's fine because I was really young, so it's like at least I knew. The thing about me is like I always knew that what I wanted. Always knew that I was meant for greatness, but I needed validation, and I feel like that validation that I needed held me back for a long time. So now that I'm 31 years old, I just turned 31, I'm like, yeah, it's time for me to just do me. I have nothing to lose. I have no choice but to put myself out there because I want to build a successful fashion brand. I want to build a connection with people who relate to me. Maybe I'm not like the regular people that you see out there, but that's what makes me me. That's what's gonna make me stand out. So be it. If I'm that weird girl, if I'm that girl that is in her 30s and is still obsessed with stuff that from when she was a little girl, that girl that feels like, you know, she's gonna make it and she's gonna be big. I don't care if you're laughing at me because I'm trying. Are you content with your life? I don't want you to think, oh, because you're shy, that something is wrong with you. That a lot of people who are loud, a lot of these people hang around in groups and also feel validated around groups and need these people to feel superior. So what I like about us introverts and like shy people, I don't really consider myself to be 100% introverted. I consider myself to be ambiverted. So it's like, it depends on who I'm with, that they can bring that side out of me. I need to just feel comfortable. We are calm in every settings. And when we start to express ourselves, people are like, oh wow, this person's actually cool. Meanwhile, this person who's loud needs to be loud and feels like they need to be loud to be seen. You don't need to be loud to be seen. You just need to be you. You need to be brave enough to be yourself. All these people who are just yap, it's all fake. It's all games. It's all, it's not real.
Weirdos will always group up. This is why the person that's weird towards you probably has a big friend group or a lot of friends. People that are weird towards others know that they're being weird, and so that creates an insecurity in themselves. And a lot of times the only way to offload this is by befriending other people that are like-minded. Often this like-mindedness comes from insecurity, and they all come together to affirm each other's weird behavior behaviors. For example, if you were in a concert and you started booing alone, people would probably look at you and point you out as a hater and disregard you. Whereas if you went into the same concert with a group of people and all of you guys started booing, you might have a domino effect to where you can get even people that aren't a part of your circle to start doing the same, because you now have the numbers to back up being a hater. This is often replicated in real life, and when you commit to being authentic for a while, you probably are going to be alone and lack friendships, because most friendships are actually rooted in being weird together or bullying others together.
What if you keep yourself to yourself? People are still going to irritate you. People are still going to bother you because of your energy. It is time for you to be the person that you always wanted to become. You got this. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.